My name is Dimple and I'm going to present about the question 1, which is Beauty Sindian Berhad. Beauty Sindian Berhad is a cosmetic company which produce and sell cream lipstick. As the information provided, the Beauty Sindian Berhad is able to sell 950 units of lipstick per annum at the selling price of 200 per unit. So as per the variable cost per unit is around total 75 ringgit, and the annual fixed cost for the lipstick is total 91,250. As per the question they provide, they ask us to search a break-even point in unit and value. As for the break-even point in unit, the BEP sales, which is equals to fixed cost divided by contribution margin per unit. If the contribution margin per unit is not provided, that means we have to do selling price minus with variable cost. So the break-even point unit is 730 units. As for the break-even point in value, we have to times the break-even point in units times with the selling price, which is 200, and the answer will be 146,000. As for the second question is margin of safety in units. For margin of safety in units, we have to minus budget sales unit with BEP units. If we didn't do the BEP units, we can't do the margin safety units. So the break-even point is the main for the margin of safety. So the answer will be 220 units. And for the safety of margin in value, it is same as the break-even point, which is we have to times the margin of safety, which is in units, into the selling price, which is 200. And for the next is net profit, the net profit earned by the company. As for the net profit earned by the company, we have to use the formula of selling price times sales unit minus with variable cost per unit times with sales unit and minus with the fixed cost, which is equals to profit. As per the data given, their units is 950 units per annum and the selling price is 200, and for the variable cost per unit is 75 ringgit and for the fixed cost is 91,250. And the net profit of the company is 27,500. As for the question B, they asked to calculate the number of lipstick that is needed to be produced and sold by the company if its desired profit is said to be RM 135,000 for the year. As for the profit, we need to use the sales volume, which is fixed cost plus targeted profit divided by selling price minus variable cost. And the answer we get is 1,810 units. As for the C, they have given different information which we have to change their variable cost and fixed cost, which is 10% and 15. And then increase in sales level is expected to be 1,100 units. And we have to calculate the net profit with the new information they given. As for the fixed cost, they ask us to increase 10%, which is 110% times with 91,250. The new fixed cost is 100,375. As for the variable cost, they ask to increase 15%. So we have to times 115% with 75 ringgit. And the new variable cost is 86 ringgit 25 cent. And when we want to calculate the new net profit, then it will be total sale, which is 200 ringgit selling price per unit times with 1,100, which is the new sales level they given. And the answer will be 220,000. And we have to minus with total variable cost. We have to use the new total variable cost to minus with the total sales, which will be 86 ringgit 25 cent times with 1,100 units. And once we already minus with the variable cost, we will get the contribution. And the contribution have to minus with the total fixed cost. And for this, we have to use the new total fixed cost, which is 100,375. And the net profit we get is 24,850. And the next is D. The D is given the new information also. It's like which will be increase the material cost by 15 ringgit per unit and transportation cost of 4,000. As for the transportation cost, it will be included in annual fixed cost, which is selling and distribution. And we have to add in the selling and distribution around 4,000. So the sales will be increased, they expected increase in 1,600. So the formula we use is also the net profit, and we will change the new for information which is fixed cost. We have to plus 4,000 transportation one, and it will be 95,250. As for the variable cost, they asked to add in material cost 15 ringgit per unit. So it will be 75 plus 15 ringgit, which is 90 ringgit new variable cost. And the formula we use is same as the upper one, which is total sales. We have to time 200 per unit times with 1,600. The 1,600 units is because of they have given the new information in the questions. So we have to minus with the variable cost, which is 90 ringgit, new variable cost times with 1,600 unit. And then we get the contribution. And then the contribution we have to minus with the total fixed cost. The total fixed cost is the one they have provided the older data. So the fixed cost is don't have any changes, and we will use the existing fixed cost, which is 95,250. And the net profit is 80,750. So they have asked in the question, which is should the company change the changes according to this. So in my opinion, the beauty signal by company should make the changes, as they will get more profit and sales from the changes they made. And that's all from me. Thank you.
My name is Dawamala. So today I'm going to explain about question 2. Question 2, the company is Punca Berhad, which produces topaz. So Punca Berhad doesn't provide with many information, so we have to find by ourselves. So as my finding, the first one is selling price per unit is equals to sales per year divide by units, so equals to RM 500,000 divided by 5,000 units equals to RM 100 per unit. So for the second one is fixed over 8 equals to fixed cost. Annual fixed cost is equals to 5,000 unit times by RM10 equals to RM 50,000. So for the variable cost per unit is equals to RM 60. The for the A, break even point per unit, BEP sales equals to fixed cost divide by contribution margin per unit, or if they didn't provide that, we have to use selling price minus variable cost. So BEP sales equals to RM 50,000 divided by RM 100 minus by RM 60. So the total is 1,250 units. So for the break-even point in RM, BEP sales equals to BEP unit times selling price, which is 1,250 units times by RM 100. So the total is RM 125,000. So for the B is margin of safety in units equals to budgeted divided by sales unit minus BEP unit. 5,000 units minus 1,250 unit. The total is 3,750 units. Margin of safety in RM. Margin of safety units times by selling price, which is 3,750 unit times by RM 100. The total is RM 375,000. So the net profit, which is C, is selling price times by sales unit minus variable cost per unit times by sales unit minus fixed cost equals to profit. So RM 100 times by 5,000 unit minus RM 60 times 5,000 unit minus 50,000, which the total is RM 150,000. So for the D, direct material is equals to RM 40 times by 110% is RM 44, which is target sales volume equals to fixed cost plus net profit, contribution margin or selling price or variable cost minus variable cost. So the total is 5,882 unit. So for the D2, new selling price per unit equals to variable cost plus contribution unit divided by fixed over 8, which is the new selling price is RM66 plus RM10. The total is RM76. So for the last one, E is selling price 20% equals to RM 100 times by 120% equals to RM 120. Total fixed over 8 equals to RM 50,000 plus by RM 10,000 equals to RM 60,000. So the break-even point per unit is equals to fixed cost divided by contribution margin per unit, or if they didn't provide, we have to search by selling price minus variable cost. So the total is 1,000 units. For the break-even point in RM is break-even point unit times selling price. The total is RM 120,000. That's it from me. Thank you.